Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Pack Opening. Welcome to RNG University. Today, we're going to open Kaldheim Collector's Box. All right, so we're going to take a trip to the North Isle and see if we can find the Witcher there. All right, again, be very careful opening the box. Not really. And again, we're going to open another collector's box. I'm not really sure what to expect because I've never opened a Kaldheim collector before, and it should be fun. And the idea, I think, for these is to get the Praetors or the Praetor Vorin collects, and anything else I just built a bonus package, I guess. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so first pack, let's see what we get. Some commons. And then we have a Frenzy Raider, Path to the World Tree. We want the actual World Tree, not this. Oh, a Snow Island. I love these cards. They're foil snow lands that aren't really going to get printed that often, honestly, in my opinion. I would keep on to these. All right, Fiergia. It's North cards. I can't never pronounce these. Fiergia Retribution. Not like I can pronounce any other cards anyways. Reckless Crew. It's called a Reckless Crew, but they don't crew vehicles, so it's fake news, fake card. A Battle of Frost and Fire. This used to be very popular back when Alon's Epiphany was all over the map. And basically the idea is this is a field clean for you that helps you scry. Right, so it's a pretty good card. Maybe you'll have plays in Commander in the future. We got Igar, the Freezing Flame. This is not a rare. So you can see that it's silver, it's uncommon, which means that it's worthless. We got to throw it in the trash. And then we have Cosmina, God of the Voyage. It's a pretty good card. There's a flip side. The flip side is the Omen Keel. So basically, these cards you can either play on either side of the double moto phase card DMFC, and you can choose either side to play. Just like the lands, they're pretty useful, I guess, but not very high in price. So unfortunately, that's what we got. We got Fiergia, the Judge of Valor, and we have Cosmos Elixir. Very clean card, very shiny. I like shiny cards, so I'm going to keep this in my collection. I don't think it's that good, though, but you can run it in Commanders. You know, you can either gain life or draw cards, so it's a start. It's also a borderless, foil. Borderless foils are always collectible. And we got Tivar Keel. All right, so we continue our streak with apparently no mythics. None of these are mythics. All right, so last collector's box, we pulled 2 mythic out of the entire box outside of the Strixhaven's Mystical Archive. So that was a wild ride. Let's hope that doesn't happen here. Hope I didn't just jinx it. Here is a bunch of comments. All right, Bloodline Pretender. It's pretending that it has my bloodline. A Binding of the Old Gods. And I love this card. I don't even know why they made this an uncommon. This could be a rare. You can destroy a non-land permanent opponent controls and then search your library for a non-basic forest. You can search for basic forest too, but you'd be doing it wrong. You can search for any kind of forest, put it into play, and then all creatures, no one cares about the third one. But the point is, you get to pop something, and then you get to ramp. So that's a pretty good saga. And with the new Kamigawa coming out that can recurse sagas, this is going to be good. I love it. It's an uncommon too. It's crazy. All right, we got another snow-covered land. A Sultan Flinger. I don't know what he's flinging, but I don't want any of that. Oh, and a Tear Out Sanctum. So I love this card too because you can make basically any legendary into a god and then make a god indestructible. And it's always useful in Commander. So this is basically an auto-include, in my opinion, in almost any Commander deck. All right, and we got a Foil Pathway. That's something. I never really liked the pathways that much, but foil ones, at least they're shiny. So shiny's always good. And we got a Narfi, Betrayer King. They betrayed the king, so no one likes him. That's why he got demoted to uncommon. All right, we got Sigrid, God Favored. God Favored this card enough to make it a rare, but not enough to make it a mythic, unfortunately. Just one-sided. And now we got a Kaldor Doom Scourge. They doomed the Scourge, so that's nothing. Oh, and then a Graven Lore. So a Graven Lore is one of those snow instant cards that for some reason you can use snow mana to basically affect its, worthiness. And if you don't run snow, you can still use the card. It's not worthless, but just not that good. And then we got a bear token and a human warrior. So basically, if you look at it behind any human is a bear. That's what they're saying. All right, pack number 3. I don't know why that's there. Again, 0 mythics in a collector's box. I really should contact Wizard about my luck. I feel like I have some special skills in this. All right, so here are all of the commons. Yeah, uncommon is the. Can anyone pronounce this? Litigira, Litidra, whatever. Some mirror lake. Basically, when you put it into play, well, actually, when you sack it, it does something, but it comes into play tap, so no one will ever run this in their deck ever. Rune of Mortality. Again, uncommon. Foil Forest, and then we got our Saltland Elementalist. As an additional cost to cast this spell, reveal a giant. I guess back then giant was a big thing, but I don't really think that's being played out often now, so kind of out of the flavor. Rise of the Dread Marn, and a Calamity Bearer. They're bearing Calamity on me, that's why I'm not getting any mythics. Thanks a lot, Wizard. All right, and we got Alron. Now, he doesn't have his Epiphany yet, so it's just regular Alron. It's got God of Cosmos. It's got a flip side too. Basically, you can also turn him into a Raven, and then I think he can return himself back to the hand after attacking and scry 2. So, not useless, but before his Epiphany, he's basically a loser. All right, and then we got Ingod Rune Eyes. Oh, and then we got a foil borderless Nico Aries. That's a good card. That's a mythic we want, right? So no matter how much it costs, that's not really the factor in a lot of these box opening. The idea is that you want to pull the showcase, full R, mythic, foil, Planeswalker, right? So it doesn't really matter, how much is worth right now. In the future, these are the rarest cards. They're going to be, look upon the kindest, I would say. And Planeswalkers are always nice. I come from an age where Planeswalker first came out, and everyone is just lusting over them. And, someone's probably lusting over Nico Ars, the one card we want. All right, and then we got a Icy Manolith and a Dwarf Berserker. So behind every man is a bear, and behind every rock, as long as it's, iced, is a dwarf. Okay, so that's pack 3. Pretty happy with that. We got 2 mythics. One that's a foil legendary or a foil planeswalker. That's what's up. All right, so next we'll look at this pack. I passed the commons. Here is the first uncommon. It's the Shepherd of the Cosmos, the Trickster God Heist, and then foil Snow Covered Plain, and now the Raven's Warning. This card's kind of weird because I think you get to use it to put one of the cards you own from outside the game on top of your library, which is always kind of funny. People argue about the rules. In Standard or any constructed, you have a sideboard. But in Commander, people just bring out their giant folders and be like, hey, I have any card I want. I'm not sure how that works. All right, and then now we have Reflection of that card, that thing no one can read. And basically, when it comes to play, you choose a creature type. And then whenever you cast a spell off the chosen creature type, you can copy that spell. Perfect for my Sliver deck, but can't fit it in my... Oh, before I finish even talking, the next card, Ovar the All-Form Foil. I love this card just because the fact that I was thinking about going to CEDH or at least building a deck, and this was the #1 thing I sought after. It was an insane ability. Basically, whenever you target anything, whenever you use a spell to target anything you control, you can copy it. And that's crazy. If you just you use a spell to untap your land, you copy a land. The fact that you can ramp yourself in a blue commander deck is insane. That's why it's CDH. It's very fast. It's, very good card. I love it. And it's a mythic. So we got another mythic. All right, then we have Cole of the Forge Master. Oh, now we get the Epiphany, Mr. Ban himself. All right, so we got one for borderless. I don't know if this counts as 4, but it's borderless. And it's not foil, but it's banned, so no one cares. I might even put this in my commander deck just to fool around with it, because it's not time warp, so it's not as good, but hey, we get birds, right? All right, next we got Maja, Bratajar Protector. Right, they make this card very hard to pronounce, because when you're trying to protect something, you want them to try to pronounce your name. All right, and then we got Tigrid, God of Fright, and Tigris Lantern. So basically, this is the card everyone kind of whines about in Commander and EDH, just because, I probably will whine about this card too. The fact that it can steal your opponent's card as long as you use a discard ability or a sacrifice ability is annoying. And yeah, that's what it is, right? You steal it not, into your hand or into the exile, but steal it onto your battlefield, which is, come on, it's good. It's a good commander, but it is annoying. All right, finally we got Angelic Warrior and Human Warrior token. Next. So that's only 4 packs, I think. We're going kind of slow, so I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit. But we got some pretty good cards that I'm really looking after, or really sought after, I guess. Now we have Solid Kami and Crush the Weak, Snow-Covered Forests, Pack of the Serpent. I don't know why I said that out loud that fast. I'm not sure what that card does. All right, and then we have the Immersum Predator. This card was pretty fun to play with in Standard. While Standard was still full of Epiphany, this was the only Vampire thing that was still kind of getting pushed. But then now everyone's running Werewolves, and Vampire just got neutered. Oh, we got a Doomscar. Doomscars are always fun, right? Everybody probably knows about Doomscar if you play any sort of Standard in the past 2 years. And this card is just everywhere in place of Wrath of God. It's very good field clean. All right, and then we got Fearjaw, Judgment of Valor. I think we got that before. And now we got Aron Broken Brow. Right, so I can't pronounce that, so I'm not even going to try to read whatever it says. Agar, the Freezing Flame. Kovlor, God of Kinship. And the backside, the Right Hard Crest. I actually don't know what this card does, but it's a god, so I mean it's part of the theme of this set. And he's got a bunch of beasts around him, so he probably is some sort of beast guy. Maybe he's a good commander. I don't know. I'll probably never run him. All right, and then we got a bird and elf warrior. Only gonna use the bird side because I have an Epiphany on my own. Okay, pack number 6. So, some commons. All right, and then we got Doghorn, the Dagger Helm, the Finn, the Fang Bearer, Snow-Covered Mountain, Showdown of the Scouts. This card is fun. You exile the top 4 card, and then you can play those for 2 turns. And then whenever you play a spell, and the next 2 Saga, whenever you play a spell, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. I wonder how this can synergize with the new Kamigawa cards, because you can increase your lure counter in the same turn it comes in, and then some shenanigans might occur. All right, and Glorious Protector, I think is a good card. I don't remember what it did, but people used to love it. I think you make something. It's like a blinker, I think. Yeah, it's a blinker, but you can foretell the blinker and then foretell it, and then cast it as a flash. So it's always fun. Crippling Fear. This is a fun card. It's kind of a field clean that you don't expect. And then Savala, Bright Path, and then Steer Path, another pathway. That's good. And then we got Coal Forge Master. It's a very shiny foil. I gotta say, I love the art on this because this reminds me of Star Wars. You can see kind of the kind of the shininess, and then the guy in the front and the backdrop. It's got that feel to it. But hey, I don't think it's a very good card just because it's an uncommon. I've never heard about it. And now we got a foil Borderless Protector. So, double protector pack. They were protecting this pack from Mythics. Oh, we got a Tibble Imposter's token. And on the back, Dwarf Berserker. I really wish Wizard would make these tokens with like the regular Magic backs, just so that I can put these in sleeves and, have them as part of my deck. Not in the deck itself, obviously, but, on the side, in the deck box, so I can be like, hey, I have this. But with another picture on the back, I feel bad about putting it into the sleeve, so no one ever see the back. So I really just never use them. Funny how things goes. All right, next pack. We got some commons. Hellstone Valkyrie. Cole, the Forge Master. Snow-Covered Swamp. Battle of the Brigguard. Guard. Not sure what it does. I think it creates warriors and then it creates elves. What kind of epic creates different types of creatures, right? So it's probably a fake card. I don't believe epics can create 2 kinds of creatures. And then we got an Elvish War Master. This card's pretty fun. Like unfortunately, it's not a legendary, so you can't make it a commander. But it's a pretty fun elf card. You can buff the hell out of your elves. All right, and then we got Walking Trolls. This whole set's Walking Trolls. I honestly thought there would be some very expensive cards or very fancy cards in there, but turns out they're just one big Praetor. All right, and then we got Finn. Oh, I got Toski the Secret. Now, I don't think this is worth too much, but I also love this card. Not for any of its effect. Really, it's just indestructible. It can't be countered. And then whenever it attacks, or it attacks each turn if able, whenever it attacks and it does combat damage, you get to draw a card. Or combat damage to a player. You get to draw a card. So, not just it, but any creature. And that means it's okay. But the problem with that is, people are just going to exile it or do something with it. And it's kind of weird. It's not, crazy because it's forecast 1/1, right? Forecast 1/1 are never that good. But the problem is, I love using this in graveyard manipulation decks or, exile manipulation decks like the first vampire and things like that, where it's got indestructible and it can't be countered. So you can kind of manipulate it so you can always get it to boost your Voltron strategy. All right, then we got Savala, Ice Shaper, and Rise of the Dread Marn. I thought I said army for a second. It's not army. It doesn't make a mass. Oh, there's nothing in the back. So that's pretty much it. And then we got a shapeshifter. They shipped my mythic out into a shapeshifter in this set. So unfortunately, I didn't get another mythic in this pack. So far, we got like 4 mythics in 10 packs or 8 packs for a collector's box. I haven't opened enough to know the average. I just know I'm under the average, unfortunately. All right, behold the multiverse. In one of the multiverse, every pack I open with mythics, but not this one. So I gotta behold it some more. All right, and then there's some commons. Here is the uncommon, the Battle Shield Warrior, Skempfar, Eldhar, whatever. I can't pronounce these words. Come on. The Snow Covered Plain. There's a commander card, Woven Rider. Oh, Eradicator Valkyrie. Now, this is a funny card. I love this card because it has hexproof from Planeswalker. It is so weird that it has that kind of ability. I've never seen that before. And I actually use this in my first vampire deck because it gains hexproof. So it gains every type of hexproof that I exile. And if I exile that, my first vampire gains hexproof from Planeswalker. Absolutely useless ability. I don't even know why it exists, but it has that and it's funny. All right, and then we got Foil Pyre of Heroes. People love this card because it combos very well in non-commander sets, in standard sets. But in commander, I think this is not as good as a Birthing Pod. People just use that. Not bad though. It probably has some use. All right, a Mournride Frost. Yeah, kind of look like a forest, but it's a frost. All right, and then a pathway, a full art pathway, but it's not foil. So again, I don't really care that much about pathway, just for the fact that you can only choose one side. So it's only 2 color. It's not a dual land. All right, and then an Old Growth Troll foil. If you ever play standard and you see mono green, you hate Old Growth Trolls, right? It's just, it's a great card, but annoying to deal with because then it comes back as 2 mana, and they can also sack it and make another 4/4. So it takes like twice to get rid of it. Still a good card. And now we have a Spirit that turns into a Berserker. Okay, so that's 9 packs out of the way now. Oops, there it goes. All right, so now we got another mythic from the last pack, and now our mythic count is up to, I think, 5. Pitiful, but hey. Now we got Invasion of the Giant, Dual Strike. Oh, that means we're gonna get 2 mythics in this pack. Just watch. All right, and a Snow Cover Mountain. First mythic. It's something, and it's from a commander deck. Rendar, the Ever Watchful. I think they're watching for all of our, value in this pack, right? It's pretty good. It's got Flying Vigilance. First card you foretell each turn costs 0. Wow, this is a crazy card. I think right now people are looking at these cards like, hey, this is worthless. All the foretell cards aren't that good. Who knows? Maybe one day they'll make a foretell card that's busted, and you really just want to have this, at the ready. So I really like these cards. I like the dungeon one from Adventure of Forgotten Realms. It's not that bad. Just don't sleep on cards like those. Who knows? And then we have Righteous Valkyrie, another annoying card that you see in standards all the time, but it's a good card nevertheless. Kovar, the God Kinship. I think we got this before. And then the Righteous Crest. All right, and then we got Finnar, Judge of Valor. See, I told you, 2 mythics. Haunting Voyage, another mythic. Choose a creature type, return up to 2 creature cards of that type from a graveyard to the battlefield. If the spell is foretold, return all of them. Fantastic card for my Sliver deck. I didn't even know this card existed. Now it's going into a deck. This is crazy. All right, and then we got Agar, Freezing Frame. We got that already. Sarwolf, Realm Eater. They're going to eat the realm out of this card. Legendary Creature Wolf. That's a commander right there. I don't even know what it does, but when you play it, it eats the realm. How do you play Magic without a realm, right? So your opponent just loses and you automatically win. You want this as your commander for sure. All right, and then we got the Asika Charius Cat. I know it's not just Asika Charius Cat, but I see this on a daily basis in Arena because someone Asika Charius on me, like turn 2 or turn 3 somehow, and then I just die because of that cat. All right, next, let's see what else we got. Some comments. The gold, no void slumber mount, whatever it's called. Does the G get pronounced in gnome, like gnome, or is it gnome? Void. Whatever it is, you can sack it for a giant troll. I'm getting trolled by the names in the set. All right, Rune of Flight, okay card. Snow cover swamp. Serpent Soul Jar. Tundra Flame or Fumroy. Oh, it's another one of those spells that actually uses the snow symbols. I wonder if they're going to do a lot more of that when they make another snow set. I know they don't make that very often, but whenever they do, it's always fun to get some. All right, and then the Fearless Retribution. This card is fun. You make angels, and then you can use them to like get double strike and run things over. All right, Herald King Skamar. This reminds me of The Witcher. I feel like I've fought that guy before in The Witcher. All right, Egon, God of Death. I don't know what this card does, but I remember this being annoying because I think it makes you sack something by itself. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile 2 cards of your graveyard. If you can, you sack it. I remember this because in Arena, there was a game where you basically pay mana to get random creatures. And I got this one, and it just sacked itself, and it lost. It was a stupid, annoying card. All right, and then we got another foil Hagar, King Skidmar. No one cares. And then I've got a foil Tundra from Roy. I like these foil cards. I mean, I like these spells being in foil because I want to collect the cycle. I don't think any of them are that good, but just the fact that they have that snow symbol in there, and it's pretty rare to have that, it's worth collecting for me, at the very least. And then we got another bird. All right, we got 2 birds. Alron's Epiphany complete. Actually, no, it doesn't. We got to have 4 birds for Alron's Epiphany just because you never seen them come out with 2 birds. It's always 4. Sometimes 6. One time 8. That was auto quit for me one time because of 8 birds. All right, and there are some comments. And Usher of the Fallen. No one likes to see this card. It's not a bad card. It's 1 mana, 2/1 that can make more spirit. It's always good. But in Arena, whenever your opponent starts the game, you didn't even, finish really thinking off your mulligan. This card's already on the battlefield. You feel like quitting, right? So that's that. The 3 seasons. I feel like I've gone through 3 seasons just opening these packs. Snow-covered mountain. The Bloody Massacre. And it's not that bloody. It's only 3 mana. And it creates a 2/3 red demon. You think they would make this, a lot more scary. But they didn't. They just remind me of the Red Wedding for some reason. But it's not that great. All right, the Cyclonic Summoner. It's a pretty good card. I think it's got its sort of weight in, not Commander, but the Historic Brawl on Arena. Just because it's not that great, but it's sufficient enough that you bounce everything else. So in a lower power set, it does something. So you can ramp it out, bounce everything else, and then just hit them for 7/7. It's okay. Oh, I love this card, Search for Glory. It's a tutor for a snow. You can search for a snow permanent. It's the first time I remember for any sort of tutor for snow. And you never know if they make something busted with snow in the future. Having a tutor for it is always good. Just imagine that if you could get Enlightened Tutor for like a penny back then. Maybe not a penny, but for chump change back then. Now Enlightened Tutor is crazy, right? Or Idyllic Tutor, but they keep reprinting that, so I don't know about that one. I love this card. It's foil, so it's even if it's not worth anything, I like to have it. All right, Ingar Runais, the Bringil God of storytelling, and then when he tells you a story, he blows his horn. All right, I'm gonna try to keep this family friendly by not saying any more. All right, Narfi, Betrayer King. I think he betrayed me again by stealing my mythics. And then we got a foil pathway. I think people like these foil pathways. They might be worth some money, but not to me. I don't care about these foil pathways too much. Having one set is okay, but Not really going to try to go out and collect like a few playset of these, collect them, try to sell them in 10 years like I do for fetch lands. Not that great. But at least, hey, it's something, right? And then now we got a zombie berserker. This guy's very skinny. What kind of zombie berserker is that skinny? Oh, we got a treasure token. I love these treasure tokens because unfortunately there's a back, but wizards only make them with backs or with even uglier like tips, right? So I love these treasure tokens just because everything's treasure tokens nowadays. You can always have them. Almost all EDH have treasure tokens coming out. So having a few of them is always, you know, sort of a side kicker. Last pack. What do you know? All right. So what else we have? Oh, we got Frostbite. Frostbite is always shiny and nice, and it's not, you know, nothing insane. It does 3 damage to a creature for 1 mana. It's like a lightning bolt that only does deal damage to creatures, and you have to have snow permanents. But it's not nothing, right? Maybe it's another Arcane Blast or whatever that costs like $3 nowadays from for an original Kamigawa. All right, then we got Lidgard Glade Warden, the Fearless Liberator. They're liberating me from all the values from this set. Snow Cover Plain, Spectral Deluge, Old Growth Troll again, the Blessing of the Frost. All right, there's another snow, snow symbol sorcery or instant or snow symbol spell part of the cycle, and there's another foil, so I'm happy with it. Unfortunately, I think that's all the value I'm gonna get from this pack. Vega Watcher. Oh, never mind. Hey, I spoke too fast. Here's a Vorinclex. That's the one everyone sought after. Obviously not this version, but it's something. All right, this is the storybook version or whatever, Troll Showcase version. It's good. I have a Vorinclex now, but I think everyone wants the foil and then the Phyrexian like text version. That's obviously the best one at like $100. But this one's still nice. Having a Vorinclex is always nice. I'm gonna go out and bite that the actual Phyrexian version just because now they're gonna make a whole set of them. One in each set. I think I can slowly kind of gather them. But this is a very nice card. I love it, and it's a mythic. So one more for the mythic books. All right, and then we got Finn the Fangboard. Oh, and a Tyrite Sanctum Foil Showcase or borderless. Nice card. Like I mentioned, this is great for EDH, auto included in almost any deck because you're gonna have a legendary that you can make it a god, and if it's already a god or you made it a god, you can now make it indestructible. Always somewhat useful. People kind of forget that things indestructible can't be field clean, right? But who knows? Maybe Kamigawa is gonna stop that with a farewell. But nice card. All right, and then we got a replicated ring. For some reason, in the back is an elf warrior. For some reason, they only gave me 1. They should have gave me 8 of these because you need 8 of these to actually make the replicated rings. So 1 is kind of pointless. All right, so that's all we got for today. Let's see which mythics we got. We got the Vorinclex. We got the Haunting Voyage, Runar, Eradicator Valkyrie, Alron's Epiphany. I'm gonna put this on the side. We got Ovar, Nico Adis, or Aris, and the Auron big man himself. So, 8 mythics, not the end of the world. It's pretty good, I would say. That's all we got for today. Thank you very much for joining us. I'll see you guys next time.